Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Parkside Merchant channel. Got a real fun video here, a fresh PSA return that came in a little bit faster than expected. This was actually standard service that I sent out in early January, and it just came back like last week. I've been waiting very patiently all week to do this opening video with all this stuff. So I think this is going to be a pretty quick video. We're just going to break this open, take a look at what's inside. A couple of things I should say before we get started. So the all-in cost for this submission, just for folks that are interested in this sort of stuff, it was about $320 for the total submission. So that includes all the grading fees. It includes the acquisition fees of the raw cards for the cards that I didn't own myself at the outset. And then it also includes the shipping and handling for me to send this stuff out to PSA. So all in, everything that you're going to see come out of these boxes cost about $320 to acquire and get graded. So I have a hunch this is probably going to be a pretty profitable submission if I do decide to sell some of these things. What I will say is that there are several items in here that are family kind of heirlooms that I don't really have a ton of appetite to sell. There's a couple things in here that I'm probably just going to hang on to for a while. But if I do decide to sell any of this stuff, I will list it on my eBay page, which I always put a link into on my videos for folks if they're interested in this sort of stuff. So I guess with that out of the way, the other thing I will try to do as well is as I open these up, I'm going to try to do some editing here on the video so that it'll show you either the SMR price or like a recent sale, just so you can kind of get an idea of what the stuff is worth. Because that's kind of helpful, right, to understand, at least when you watch this stuff, it is nice to kind of have the transparency and know how much people spend to submit stuff, and then how much the general prices are for these things. So you can get an idea of roughly like whether or not this is a profitable experience if you're mostly commercially motivated. And as I said, there's a couple things in here that I don't think I'm going to be very inclined to sell for a long time, just because they're family items. So I guess with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in here. We've got a couple of boxes. I'm probably going to start with the smaller ones, and then we'll work our way up to this the big prize here at the end. So maybe we'll start off, let's see if one of these is heavier than the other. I'm going to start with the light box. How's that sound, folks? This one feels a little bit lighter than the others. Now, I do know with PSA that they do a pretty good job packaging this stuff and making it pretty safely packaged. So I have a feeling I'm going to have a heck of a time breaking this stuff open. And it is kind of hard, actually, just the way that I'm seated, like to get a good grip on. Ooh, this worked pretty well. Let's just go ahead and try this. Other thing, folks, I did not peek at any of these grades, by the way, which took a tremendous amount of patience for me to do, right? I've been very anxious to look at the grades for a couple of these things here, so I did not do that. Figured I would make it a more fun sort of a reveal here on the YouTube channel. This is interesting. Maybe I'll try to come at it like this. Yeah, so standard service, folks. This stuff all went out, in like around early January or so, and it's already back. So that was kind of a pleasant surprise. I sort of expected I might be waiting on some of these guys here for a long time, but ultimately turned out to not be the case here. Okay. All right, so the box is now open. I just moved my little label to the side, and now I'm going to slowly, oops. Oh, okay, good, it's in backwards. All right, here we go, folks. Get a load of this. Here's the card. I'm going to hide the grade so that people don't, it's not going to be spoiled. All right, here we go. Let me pull this up so people can see. This is not a Yu-Gi-Oh item, as you can see here. This is actually a baseball card. And this is the family heirloom that I was talking about. This is actually autographed, so that's why I got this thing graded and slabbed. I don't know a ton about baseball, but I do know that this, I think, is a pretty common card that you're about to see here, but I didn't see a ton of these available that are slabbed, that are autographed. So I figured this would kind of be a rare interesting sort of a thing to have. All right, so here we go, folks. Grand reveal. This is the PSA slabbed Bernie Williams card. All right, look at that, folks. Mint 9 card, 10 autograph. Gotta love it, right? I mean, that's pretty cool, right? I'm actually super happy about this. Now, you may wonder, some people don't like to get the card graded. They just like to get the autograph graded. The reason I did both on this particular item is because I feel like some collectors, particularly like, at least for me, if I were to buy an autographed card, I'd kind of want to know like what the condition of the card is as well. Because it's very easy to have an autographed card that's like in terrible shape. It's got maybe a crease or a bend or whatever. This is a mint 9 with a 10 autograph, which is like, I don't know, folks, that's a pretty solid card. And you could tell me like it's a common or whatever, but for me it's cool. And it's a family heirloom. I didn't buy this. This has been in the family for a long time. And it's pretty awesome. So I am super happy about this item here, folks. I've got a huge smile on my face. I'm very happy that it graded as well as it did. So awesome, awesome return there. Super happy with this. So we're going to go ahead and put this to the side. And I will check the pop report, and I'll try to put a number up there for what I think the value is. But this is probably worth more than what I paid to get it graded, would be my guess, if I wanted to sell it. Okay, moving on. Let's move on to this little box here next. This is actually a heavier box. Let me see if I want to try like a different strategy to open these things. These things are really packed pretty tight. I might try to take off some of the tape first, just to expose the kind of the creases or whatever in the package. What do you guys think of my Bernie Williams there? You guys like that card? Autographed edition. It's kind of fun, right? You don't see those every day. I didn't see a ton of those available when I looked on eBay, so that's partly why I decided to get it graded, because I figured there aren't a ton of those kind of out there in the autograph format. All right, let's see if we can break this thing open here. Okay, here we go. This is going to be box number 2, folks. Just make sure I don't... Oh, crap. All right, I'm going to have to put it upside down because I don't want to expose the grades. All right, guys. These are, if you remember on my channel a while ago, I got a couple of these Joe Biden Topps cards graded. These are from the 2008 campaign. I think these cards are pretty common. They don't seem to be terribly rare, but I wanted to get them slabbed because I figured, look, the Barack Obama cards and the Hillary Clinton cards actually do sell for quite a bit of money when they're graded. And so I figured, hey, why don't I, go ahead and pick up some of these Joe Biden cards and get these graded. I'll tell you, I bought these like last September or October before they started getting a little bit more expensive. So I think the all-in costs for each of these guys was something like $60 to get them graded standard service. So it's the kind of thing that I feel like is only going to appreciate in value. And it's kind of a fun and unique thing to have, particularly the 2008 one, because that was kind of the campaign that really started to make Joe Biden sort of a household name, if you will. All right, let's go ahead and reveal our first grade here. These all looked pretty good, by the way. So I'm like hoping these are all going to come back maybe 9s and 10s if we're lucky. All right, here we go, folks. This is the Joe Biden card number 1. Let's see what we got. Mint 9. There you go, people. Check it out. Joe Biden in a mint 9. Gotta love that, right? That's cool. I'm okay with that, I guess. Prefer it to be a 10, but you'll take a 9. That's pretty good. I'm not sure what these things are worth, but I would imagine it's probably worth at least $50 or $60 in a PSA slab, especially because the rates are so high now. If anybody did want to get this thing graded, it's going to cost you at least that. So, yeah, that's good. I'll take it. Mint 9. Okay, next up, let's see. Can we get a 10 from Joe Biden? Can we get a 10? Oh, mint 9. Come on, people. We only got one left. Hopefully we'll get a 10 from Joe Biden. Come on. These all looked really good for what it's worth, guys. I wouldn't have submitted these things if they looked junky, but Here's another 9, guys. Mint 9, Joe Biden. Oh, I'm pretty nervous, folks. I'm really nervous. I'm banking on a 10. Can we do a 10? Come on, Joe Biden, give us a 10. Give us a 10. Ah, mint 9. Ah, too bad. I guess the centering on these is not perfect. I'm not super good with like baseball cards, so I guess the centering maybe wasn't perfect on these guys, which is maybe what put them in the 9 category, but I guess that's okay, you know. 3 mint 9s for Joe Biden, no 10s. Ah, that's all right, I guess. I really would have liked to get a 10 for one of these, but that's too bad. Okay, well, it's still cool, you know. I'm still okay with it. I'm still satisfied with the purchase. Whoops. Okay, folks, here we go. The final box. We're going to open up this big box now. Let's see how I want to do this one. Okay. So what did you guys think of my Joe Biden cards, huh? Oops. Got to be careful with sharp knives and razors and things. Can be very dangerous sometimes. Not really sure what to expect and how this thing is packaged here. I'm gonna get this guy out of the way here. I'm just kind of going to shake this thing out and see what happens. Wow, a lot of paper in this. Okay, here it is, folks. We've got, look at this. Get a load of this. UV protected ball, holder by Ultra Pro. This is going to be a graded baseball that you're about to see here. So I'm pretty stoked to get a look at this. Wow. This is cool. I think the grade is going to be on this side, so let's try to hide the grade here. So this is interesting, guys. I actually got a baseball graded by PSA because I was really curious to see. I have this, it's another family heirloom here. This is a Bernie Williams autographed ball. And I was like, you know, let's just get it graded because if somebody's going to buy it, or if I ever do decide to sell it, you may as well have it graded and authenticated. So that's what I decided to do. I don't know the people, I don't know. Let's just kind of see what this looks like. Okay, so we've got a PSA 8 baseball here with an 8 autograph. That's kind of fun, I guess, right? It's like a unique thing. Maybe it would have been nicer if it was a PSA 10 baseball. I don't even know how you grade a baseball, to be honest. Like, is it the stitching? Is it the surface? It's probably all of the above, but I'll take it. It's kind of fun, right? At least it's authenticated so that if somebody does ever decide to, you know, buy this, at least they know it's the real deal and it's not a fake. So here you go, folks. I'll do a quick recap here of what we've got. We've got 3 PSA 9 Joe Biden cards, which is kind of fun, I guess, right? Would have liked a 10, but you'll take what you get, I guess. And then we've got a 10 autograph with a PSA 9 Bernie Williams 2005. And I think that's a common, if I recall correctly. So not a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh here in this return, people, but still a fun PSA return. I'm really happy with what I've got here. I might list one of those Joe Biden cards just to kind of see what people will pay for it. Yeah, appreciate the time here, folks. Let me know down in the comments, what did you think? As always, appreciate everybody's time. Thanks again for watching. This is the Parkside Merchants channel, and we'll see you next time.